Hi, I'm Anna, and welcome back to the D4 Audible cheat sheets. In this episode, we're focusing on the tank method, sometimes called the Sharma method. In the D4 exam, this method is never treated as an afterthought. It's examined as a deliberate production choice, designed to deliver a very specific style of sparkling wine efficiently and consistently. To do well, you need to understand not just what happens, but why it happens, and how those choices shape freshness, texture, price, and drinkability. So, as always, we'll move step by step in production order. Tank method sparkling wines begin with a standard primary fermentation. The aim at this stage is to create a clean, neutral base wine with fresh acidity and clearly defined primary fruit. Stainless steel is typically used because it allows precise temperature control and protects those delicate aromatics from oxidation. The intention here is not to build complexity, it's to preserve purity. This base wine is meant to carry fruit forward, not to develop weight or savory character. Once primary fermentation is complete, the wine is transferred to a sealed pressure tank. Sugar and yeast are added, triggering the second fermentation. Because this fermentation takes place in a closed vessel, the carbon dioxide produced is retained in the wine, creating the sparkle. Unlike the traditional method, this entire stage happens in tank, not in bottle. That single decision shapes almost everything that follows. Temperature control is critical during this second fermentation. Cool, carefully managed temperatures help preserve aromatic freshness and ensure a steady, predictable fermentation. This level of control is one of the reasons the tank method is so well suited to large scale production. It allows producers to deliver a consistent style year after year without the variability that can come from extended bottle aging. Lees contact at this stage is brief. The wine does not remain on the lees for long after the second fermentation finishes. As a result, autolysis is minimal. You don't see the development of brioche, biscuit, or savory yeast derived flavors that are typical of traditional method wines. Instead, the focus remains firmly on fruit. This contrast is important in the exam and it should always be stated clearly. The tank method is not designed to build complexity through lees aging, and that is intentional. Pressure levels in tank method wines are generally lower than in traditional method sparkling wines. They typically fall in a range of around 2.5 to 5 atmospheres. For styles such as Prosecco, pressure is often closer to around 3 atmospheres. This results in a softer mousse, broader bubbles, and a lighter mouthfeel. Pressure directly influences how the wine feels on the palate, so it plays a key role in defining style and perceived quality. Before bottling, the wine is filtered under pressure. This removes yeast and solids while retaining dissolved carbon dioxide. Because this clarification happens in tank, there is no need for riddling or disgorgement. Eliminating these steps significantly reduces labor, time, and cost, which has direct implications for the final price of the wine. Bottling also takes place under pressure, ensuring the sparkle is preserved. Tank method wines are typically bottled clear and released relatively quickly. Extended bottle aging is not part of the method. These wines are designed to be enjoyed young while their freshness and primary fruit are at their best. Stylistically, the tank method is particularly well suited to wines that prioritize freshness, aromatic expression, and approachability. Commercially, it allows for faster production, lower labor cost, and reduced storage cost. These efficiencies make it possible to produce high volume sparkling wines at more accessible price points without sacrificing balance or consistency. It's important to be explicit here. The tank method is not a simplified version of the traditional method. It is a different solution to a different stylistic goal. Lee's aging is short, autolysis is minimal, fruit expression dominates, and lower pressure creates a softer texture. These are not shortcomings, they are deliberate outcomes of the method. If a D4 question asks why the tank method is suited to certain styles of sparkling wine or how it influences style, quality, or price, this is the logic you need to follow. In the next episode, we'll narrow this further and look specifically at Prosecco, where the tank method interacts with pressure and sweetness choices to create a clearly defined and globally important style. Listen when you can, repeat when you need to, and I'll see you in episode 3.